evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the New York Arena in Midtown Manhattan. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 10 rounds in the heavyweight division between Tommy Morrison and Big George Foreman. Morrison's ring walk is one of those ring walks where you realize how attentive this fighter is. This is a guy who has his eye on the prize and nothing will distract him. George Foreman's got a target on his opponent. From the moment he steps out of that locker room to every step he takes during this ring walk, you can see exactly what's in his scope.
With a record of 48 victories,
everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway. Well timed by Tommy Morrison. He took a step back, landed the counterpunch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
And there it is, coming with the jab by George Foreman. Well placed, well timed combo up top. So the early action here in this fight should reveal an edge. Morrison's got speed. He can move.
Well, they say speed kills. He better just be careful he doesn't have an accident. He doesn't get reckless with that speed.
Excellent 1-2 by Tommy Morrison. Halfway through this round. Look at the accuracy with that hook upstairs.
You gotta protect yourself.
Tommy Morrison's at his best when the combinations are landing. He scored well there with that combo. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange.
Keep your distance.
Well off the mark by George Foreman. Tremendous pace being set early on here between these two. Can't see this fight going the distance with this pace.
No, not unless something changes, like moving their heads a little bit.
Good.
And clicks of the talk.
Looking good.
And that's the end of round one. Tommy Morrison's defense is going to need to shine when he gets back out there. I mean, just look at the close-up of that cut we're seeing.
Yeah, he's got to use his legs. You're right, Joe. He's got to get out there and buy some time for those medicines to work.
Jab. Jab and throw. Throw to the body, then to the head.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Foreman's showing you a little defensive skill there. Able to move away from that punch. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Morrison's on the bad end of a flush, solid hook. Commits to the straight right. Morrison's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Nice jabs there by Morrison. Morrison's able to land a nice, clean left hand. Nice work with the uppercut. Resourceful jab by Tommy Morrison. Foreman's able to land a good, solid left hand. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. That is boxing 101. A nice, crisp combination by Tommy Morrison. Nice block by Foreman. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. The old 1-2 scores for him. And that's the end of round 2. Morrison's performance tonight has to please all of his backers. He has been scoring from the outside. That was the game plan coming in.
He understood from the beginning that he had that great wingspan, that great advantage of length, and he's using it.
Committing up top now, he goes there again. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. You can tell he's just looking to survive. Morrison's holding his opponent right now, just hugging him.
Yeah, he's doing what he has to do. Look, they work on this in the gym, Joe. We look at all the things where you work on the pads, you work on the heavy bag, putting punches together, but you work on this, on moments when you're in trouble and when you have to survive.
Wow, look at that, trading shots. Tommy Morrison's got speed and plenty of it. Teddy, still, I'd like to see him just bite down and fight a little more.
Yeah, you'd like to see him sit down a little bit, bend his legs a little bit, and make those punches a little more effective. Not just great where they look good.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Takes a step back, then the counter punch by Tommy Morrison.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
Morrison's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Not able to connect with the uppercut. Scored well upstairs with the right hand. Foreman's rocked all of a sudden. Now each man. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Late goings here of this round, and he goes down. Can he survive it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So big George Foreman able to get up after that knockdown, and now a real challenge in front of him.
Now the challenge right now is really the opposite of any challenge that he's ever faced before. Usually the challenge is how to get rid of a guy, you know, how to put his big paws on a guy. Now he has to find a way to survive.
Start of round number 4, and Teddy's scorecard a very easy one to read. 3 rounds to none. Of course, his opponent's gone down already, so he can just build upon that lead at this point.
Well, his opponent's acting like a guy who hasn't eaten for a week, and he's being fed right hands.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Foreman's coming out to fight this round after being knocked down in the previous round. Teddy, any idea? Do you think he's recouped enough here?
Well, we're going to find out very quickly by looking at his legs. You're going to look downstairs just like you look downstairs in the basement of a house to see whether or not those bricks are in place, or whether or not some of the mortar has kind of disappeared and the bricks are a little loose. We want to see if those legs are stable, if they're firm.
Seconds to go in round number 4. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Good flush 1-2 jab and a straight hand by Tommy Morrison. Morrison's getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Oh, and he got caught right there. Everything was going fine, and then he got caught.
Well, that's the problem. It was going too fine. He got a false sense of security. The other guy wasn't throwing back. He took for granted, and bang, you can't take for granted in this ring.
Targeting that head with the combination punching. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. George Foreman's inability to get away from his opponent's left hand is so evident.
And it's going to stay that way if he doesn't change something. He needs to move the other direction, away from that punch.
And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
You're looking good. Keep it up. Keep those hands moving.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go. That's a shocker to see. What a big shot. Once again, he goes down. Can he survive this? Hard to prepare for a situation like this, but many do. He's been down, now he's got to survive.
So that's where you're wrong. It's not hard to prepare. It's a must to prepare. If you're a trainer, that's what you do in the gym. You teach a guy, if you're in this situation, this is what you do. You grab on, you move your head, you survive.
Super two-punch combo by Morrison. Good job staying away from the danger there. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counter-punching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Right back to it to the head.
Come on, kid, focus. Come on.
Two good jabs by Tommy Morrison.
Keep those hands up.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Well, you can mark down another round for him there with his precise, accurate punching. What does his opponent have to do?
He has to feint a little bit. Feinting is the kryptonite to timing. It throws it off. You know, you feint and you're going to throw something, you don't throw it. And then he makes a move, then you throw it. Feinting. That's the key.
Oh, a nice two-punch combo by Tommy Morrison. Morrison's making for a clinic here in combination punching.
Well, the first couple punches here, Joe, they're throwaway punches to really set up the payoff down the road. You see the third punch, the fourth punch, the fifth punch. They're the ones that wind up landing.
George Foreman's legs look shaky. He was hurt. This looks like it could be just a matter of time now. Maybe a punch or two away from going down. Teddy, what's he got to do?
Well, he's got to grab. He's got to find a way to stop the offense. And to clutch and grab, usually that's one way.
He lands the uppercut on the back end of the left hook upstairs. You just look at George Foreman, and you know he's going to be a tough out. He was a tough out right there. He didn't go down.
Come on.
George Foreman's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination.
There you go.
Comes right back at him with a left hand.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working the jab. Good, good.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by George Foreman. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand.
Looking good.
Morrison's putting forth a great combination there. And round 6 comes to an end. George Foreman's margin for error is hardly anything at all now. It's later in the fight, and time again, he's allowing his opponent to land these headshots.
Yeah, you got to remind them, you're not getting paid any bonus, no extra money for taking punches. You might get paid a little extra if you start delivering some, though.
Double jab by Tommy Morrison.
Back to the body.
Foreman's doing exactly what he told us he would do. Now, he was stunned earlier in this fight, but he's sticking to that game plan.
You know, I like that. You know, I want to see how a guy behaves under pressure. He hasn't panicked, you know. He still believes in his identity, believes in his talents, his abilities, and he's going to stay that way unless the guy convinces him later on.
Well off the mark by George Foreman. Foreman's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best.
You're doing great.
Morrison's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. He just gave his opponent a really good taste of how fast his hand speed is.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about power, and we see that power, you know, can damage a guy right away, obviously, and it can intimidate an opponent. But hand speed can do the same thing, and I think it's intimidating right now to his opponent. He's afraid to let that jab go because he might get countered with one of those lightning right hands.
Good job on the two-punch combo by Tommy Morrison.
Listen, I need to see some power. Okay? Whatever he misses, count it. Listen, he's done. He's done. I want you to double up that jab and finish.
Well, he's up big through 7 rounds according to Teddy's scorecard. The answer for him has been a very simple formula. Just go out there and throw more punches.
Yeah, and one other little thing that's not as simple, but it's very subtle, Joe. He's been moving his feet. You know, he's throwing punches, but he adjusts to where he has to
He's
adjust.
been in good position.
Oh, yeah, all the time. He's never out of position.
A crushing two-punch combo by George Foreman. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. He's getting rid of that punch from his opponent. Well blocked by Tommy Morrison. Clean shot, returning fire. Well done by George Foreman. A sound combination by Morrison. Foreman He's got those earmuffs on. He's got his hands tight against his body. But, Teddy, still, some things are getting through.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like driving a car, Joe, you know, and the weather's a little bad, and you say, I want to be safe here, I'm going to stop the car. You don't stop and park the car in the middle of the highway where cars are coming. I mean, he stops right there in the middle of the highway. Cars are coming. You know, pull off somewhere. You know, get the heck out of there. Find the right parking spot.
And that's the end of round 8. Tommy Morrison's performance has been consistent tonight. All night long, we've seen the same thing. Scoring to his opponent's head from the outside.
Well, if it's not broke, why fix it, Joe? He's doing exactly what he should be doing. Now it's up to his opponent to change something here.
Acting like a fighter, coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon.
Keep your distance.
Tommy Morrison's combination punching is working well here.
That's what I want to see.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman. Nicely timed 1-2. Very nice defensive guard there. George Foreman's banged by a left hand. Yet another big shot comes in. Can he beat the count? I don't think so here, Teddy.
Now I know where they got that saying, falling like a sack of potatoes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I give him a lot of credit for even getting up from that knockdown, but he still has to impress and move forward here.
Yeah, I applaud him. I give him credit, but I also recognize that he's in good shape. That's one of the reasons he got up.
Keep your hands up. You got that? Okay, good. Take a deep breath there.
No turning back now. 10th round is upon us. Last round of the fight. Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Wow, nice flush left hand. Big shot. George Foreman's down. He may soon be out. This fight could be over.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's over. The fight is over. Tommy Morrison's power just much too much for his opponent. Another knockout for him.
Your winner, Tommy Morrison.
I don't know why we're always so shocked, but we just are. You'd think we'd learn by now that anything can happen. Here's a fight that is clearly heading to a decision.